And I want people to know that the German program matters a lot to people at Westview, and it should matter to everyone because German is the most common nationality among Americans today. Even if it's not as applicable as a language like Spanish, it's part of our heritage, and it's important to support the interests of all students. I think that many things in education are important. Sports are definitely a part of it because they encourage teamwork, and they're a good way for people to become involved in the community in a supportive way. Other activities like art are also important for artistic students and people with other talents than strictly academics. But I think it's most important that we keep academic programs on board because those are the things that are going to lead us to a more advanced future, fuel our workforce, and contribute to a better life for all of us. Thank you.
Say one thing. I'm from Westview, I'm Sherry Holland-Ovici. I'm one of those pesky social studies teachers. Yes, absolutely. I want to thank you guys for organizing this, and I don't want you to give up. I know that this is a smaller group than what you hoped, but I promise to be at every one of these that you guys do, and I think there's some good kids at Westview. If they get the word out, there's a couple of great kids from Westview over here, they will get the word out. So please don't give up and don't stop. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Edward Tran, and I just want to get up here and tell you my experience and how much impact Aloha has made in my life. I came to school when I was young, just like all of us. I started off as a freshman here at Aloha, not knowing what to expect, and just thinking that this is just another way to make myself a better person, and just to get to college and get a job and make some money and have the good life. But it's been so much more than that. Aloha has taught me how to become a better person, to think about the worldly matters, to look at the big picture, and to just care for others. It's also taught me how to become a better man, because we don't have that many influences, you know. Like, who am I going to look up to become a man? Wiz Khalifa? I don't think so. Wiz Khalifa. I'm on the track team, and that's where I learned my people skills, and I've also learned how much I can actually push myself. Sorry. It's where I've learned how much I can actually push myself to the point where I can't stand up, I can't breathe, and I'm just begging for a break. And afterwards, I'm actually glad that happened, because I'm so much more of a stronger person. I also want to talk about how much of an impact teachers have made on my life. A few weeks ago, I was really down in the dumps. I was on the edge, and I sort of fell. I was walking the hall one day, and Miss Swinehart, I didn't plan on being emotional, I'm sorry. And she just comforted me, and she said the things I needed to hear. And I owe her a debt that I don't know how to pay. I guess I'll get a mortgage or something, I don't know. But she said there's just some awesome people at this school. I heard a quote this one day, it was a long time ago, but it said that a teacher's influence is infinite, and I know we don't say these to our teachers enough, but they are a gigantic impact on our lives, and to see some of them gone, it's not good. I also just want to say that the school is the center of a community. You know, when football games happen, the whole community rallies around that turf, cheers on the team, and this bondage just happens, and it clicks, and it's magical, where all these people are just and cheering on for a purpose, and that's for Aloha to beat every other school. And I hope that sort of camaraderie and that inspiration just happens right now as we all team together and just fight this economic crappiness. Sorry for that. That's what I was going to say. But I just thank you guys for having this opportunity, and I just hope that this will spread and this will actually make an impact. Thank you.
Anyone want to follow that?
Not that I can follow that really, but I just want to say I'm from Sunset High School. I think it's really great you guys are putting this on. Just so you know, you're not the only ones who are really fired up and angry about what's happening. There's kids all across the district who really are furious about these cuts and really being kind of told by the community and by people in higher positions, we care more about other things. And that's what I don't think is okay. One of the things that makes me the maddest, students like myself, I have parents that can support me. English is my first language. I have a support system outside of public school, and I'm able to kind of make it on my own. The kids that are not going to be able to make it with these cuts are the ones who do not have that same support system. A few of the things that have been cut, especially I know at Sunset High School, the ESL coordinator and more counselors. The effect of these two things is more ESL, English as a second language students who do not graduate. And I'm going to come right out and say this, but this targets a specific socioeconomic and racial group. And I think the fact that these people are turning their back on those kids is horrendous. I think that, I mean, you can say, I can go on and on about this, and I'm going to try to be as politically as correct as possible. But it's not okay. I run a center at Sunset High School that works with students in a peer tutoring center every other day in the library. And we work with kids on an every other day basis who do not have that support system at home, who did not learn English as their first language. And the ESL coordinator is one of the key reasons that these kids graduate. With her gone, with that position gone, cut out of every school, for some reason they didn't think it was necessary, these kids are not going to graduate. That is a huge impact. Not graduating high school changes the course of a person's life. That is huge. And this is going to affect the entire economy. There is nothing more economically important than education. And I think that the people making these decisions and the people choosing not to support public schools will realize that when it's too late. Hopefully, something like this will kind of like show them beforehand, wait, back up, be careful, do you know what you're going to do by doing this? Hopefully we can show some awareness and bring some awareness to these people's plates. Let them know that like we're not silent, we do notice what's happening, and students aren't just going to be able to get by. Some students will, but not all students will, and especially the ones without that support system, without the financial background, and who are second language speakers. So that's all I have to say.
I just want to talk about how much I've learned through the school system and teachers, not just at Aloha, but elementary school and middle school. So I participate in wrestling and cross country. I go to lots of activities here at Aloha, and I've learned a lot from teachers. Basically everything that we've learned, aside from home, we've learned here or at other schools. And it's pretty sad to see the teachers who have worked their whole lives to become a teacher and have the job they have today, that they're going to lose their jobs. And I can't even think of 300 teachers, and more than that are losing their jobs, and it's just really sad to me. Through sports, I know that water polo is getting cut, and that's really depressing to me because I know lots of students who participate in that sport. And